Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into a really interesting idea: silent leadership.
Hmm.
We're going to unpack how, real influence can happen without saying much or anything at all, based on the material you sent over.
Yeah, it's a fascinating area.
And actually, right at the start, your sources give us this great word: exemplary.
Ah, yes, exemplary.
Yeah.
It basically means, well, something so good it really deserves to be admired, maybe even copied.
Right?
And you can see immediately how that connects to leadership, can't you? It's about setting that standard, that example people want to follow, often without needing to be told.
That makes perfect sense. And it tees up this central question the material asks pretty much straight away. Have you ever seen someone lead without saying a word?
Mm-hmm. A powerful question.
And then it gives this fantastic little story and anecdote about a lead supervisor in a movie theater. Really brings it home.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
So you're meant to picture the supervisor. Seems like a pretty quiet person usually. Things get maybe chaotic or frustrating.
Right, a tough situation.
But instead of, yelling or giving orders or even showing frustration outwardly, he just keeps sweeping, just keeps moving forward.
Yeah.
It's this really strong image, isn't it? Someone just, doing what needs doing, pressing on when it gets hard, a kind of silent determination.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is how the material explores what that meant or what it could have meant.
Right, the interpretations.
Yeah, two ways to look at it. One is maybe he was just thinking, okay, this is the job, got to get through it. Just buckle down.
Just getting it done.
Just get it done. But the other possibility suggested is, well, maybe more profound, that maybe, even quietly, he intended to, inspire everyone else.
Ah, okay.
To show that, look, when things get tough, you just keep going. You do what you're supposed to do.
So regardless of what was actually going on in his head.
Precisely. Regardless of the intent, the action itself just continuing to sweep, no fuss, it sent a really clear message. Didn't need instructions. It was just visible truth.
That quiet action, that sort of steady influence, it really makes me think of that quote, another great bit from the material. A compass never shouts, but it still shows the way.
Oh, that's a perfect one for this.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because think about it. A compass, it gives you clear direction, right? Unwavering guidance. How? Through its action, its consistency. It doesn't need to make a speech.
Just points north.
It just points north. It just is true to its nature, and that shows the path.
Yeah.
So it really implies that, real influence, maybe it isn't about being the loudest.
Or the most articulate speaker, necessarily.
Exactly. Maybe it's more about those consistent, authentic actions, the example you set, what you actually embody day in, day out, not just what you say you stand for.
Mm-hmm.
And that quiet, steady direction, well, it can actually be way more powerful than some big shouted order because it feels real,
Mm-hmm.
authentic, not forced.
So pulling this all together then, the main takeaway here, really boiling down these sources, seems to be about the deep impact of leading by example.
Definitely. Yeah. It's profound, even if it's understated.
Where your actions, they just become the communication. They're the loudest thing, in a way. It's not just that old saying, actions speak louder than words.
It's almost like actions sometimes just bypass the part of our brain waiting for instructions. They just show the way directly. Pure demonstration.
Right. So thinking about the bigger picture here and bringing it back to you, our listener, it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
It really should. Thinking about the subtle ways this silent leadership might play out. In your own life, maybe? Or how you see it in others.
Yeah, like how might your own actions, your habits, how you are day to day, maybe your quiet consistency, or even just pushing through quietly when things are tough. How might that be influencing people? Maybe without you even being aware of it.
It's a powerful thought. The ripples we create silently.
So if a compass never shouts, what way are your everyday actions quietly pointing for the people around you? Something to really think about.